Live from the City of Angels here on this Sunday morning, you're watching MMT, Midnight Movie Talk, breaking box office with Civil War winning the weekend yet again, 2 in a row for A24. I doubt we'll ever see this again. And you're talking about a studio that just doesn't put out films that are for the general audience, right? This is one of the rare examples of polarizing film. I think that's helped this film down 56% in weekend number 2. So not as strong a hold as you would like to see. Remember, Dune 2 held around minus 40, minus 38. This is minus 56. So a steeper drop in weekend number 2 because that was a B-minus cinema score, right? So that indicates the audience didn't love the film. And right now we're sitting at 11.1 million for this weekend. Total on this for $44+ million as A24 wins. It was a close battle. It was with Abigail. This is the big story this morning, guys. It is Abigail with a hugely disappointing debut. You know, initially when I thought about this film and saw the trailers, I'm thinking it's a $10 million film. And then I looked at the projections of a lot of pros, quote unquote. They had it closer to 20. So I said, okay, I'll push it to 15 to 20. This is under that. This is at 10 million. Look at Universal's email here this morning. There is nothing in it. It's just like it debuted with 10.2 million and it only made another 5 million in 62 markets. That is 15.2 million for a global debut. That is hugely disappointing, and it's a huge sign that horror is oversaturated. Too many films in the marketplace. That is our big story tonight. As much as you love horror films, we need a break. There's been, and we're going to talk about the litany of films we have seen just this year going back into 2023. It's too much. People are tired of horror movies, and that's our big discussion here tonight. Let's talk about Ungentlemanly Warfare. Only 9 million on that debut. Not great. Guy Ritchie, typically what he does. These films are pretty much at the top of where we expect them to be. You know, when you look at a film like Ungentlemanly Warfare, you're looking at, for me, like a $10 million film. We're at 9. So that's just where this marketplace is on films like this. Go back to a film like Plane. I think it a little bit outperformed there. That was beneficial to the date that it was released. These films really do depend on the release date. Let's use Abigail, for example. We'll talk about it tonight, but just quickly, if you were to squeeze that ahead of Immaculate, The First Omen, get it ahead of those films, it bumps higher. It's just because we had so many films that are similar in feel that it pushes down whatever's the last one in the marketplace. We talk about it all the time. It's the wave theory, right? If you are on the wrong side of the wave, you are going to get wiped out. Abigail was, again, big story here tonight on MMT. Let's talk about Godzilla X Kong. This film is now nearly at $500 million worldwide. At 313 overseas alone, 485.2 through Sunday. And I'm going to point to something, and we talk so much about the importance of the Chinese market. If you have it, you could make some serious cash. Look at what the number one international market for Godzilla X Kong is. It is China, 119.3 million. That is 1/4 of its money. Right? 1/4 of the money for Godzilla Kong comes from China. That's the importance of that marketplace. Dune 2 closing in on 700 million. It's not going to get very much beyond that number. I had it at 775 when it opened. It's not going to come close. It's going to be around 700 million. We're at $695.8 million on Dune. Top market for Dune is the UK at nearly 50 million. China at 48.5 million. So solid there, but not Godzilla Kong numbers. France, 42.6. Germany, 39.7. Of course, United States leads all with $280+ million. It is time at, well, I almost skipped it. Let's do Challengers, because Challengers did debut in 2 markets, Australia and New Zealand. Now, you know this film opens up next weekend. There's previews tomorrow night. I'm going to be doing a live stream reaction tomorrow at about 9:30 here in Los Angeles, coming out of Challengers. You can check it out tomorrow. It's playing in a ton of screens. It's got IMAX, Dolby, it's got Prime. I'm sure Regal's got it in its major theaters. This film is very curious for me. How is it going to be received by the average moviegoer? Not the hardcore film Twitter Zendaya fans. No. Not worried about them. I'm worried about just the average Joe Blow going, do I want to see a tennis movie with Zendaya and a couple of dudes? They have no idea who they are. But Challengers opened again with 700, make that 600 in $72,000. That is Australian money. So when you add it up to our domestic, United States cash, the dollar, $769K. And again, next weekend, 51 markets go along with the United States. It will be a very curious film to follow. Let's go box office top 10. Here we go. Top 10, number 1. Civil War at 11.1 million, down 56%. Abigail, hugely disappointing. Our big topic here tonight on MMT, the Sunday Evening Spectacular, 10.2 million. Godzilla X Kong down 39%, 171.6 stateside, again 485 plus on the global total. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, that is so much fun to say, by the way. $9 million, whatever, 3,000 per screen, nothing great. Spy X Family Code, that is the anime film, only made 4.9 million, 2,500 per. Kung Fu Panda is over 400 million worldwide. You wonder why we got a fourth and we're going to get a fifth. It is making money. 180 million here stateside alone, over 300. I mean, it's 400 plus million on that film worldwide. Ghostbusters finally over 100 million stateside with $102.9 million. I still don't think that's enough to make another film because the budget, and it's not doing that well overseas. I think we're done with Ghostbusters. Sony, just put it away. Put it away for like another 10 years. That's the thing we talk about. Just let people have a break. Too many Ghostbusters in the past. We had 3 films within 8 years, 9 years. It's just too many. Dune at 276.6 stateside, only down 33%. Monkey Man, remember when everyone told you Monkey Man's going to be a big breakout hit? We're going to get Monkey Man 2 and 3 and 4, and oh no, we're not. It's only at $21.7 million. It's not doing that well overseas either. Goodbye, Monkey Man. You guys know how much I hate that film, so I'm very happy to see it fail. Sorry, just what it is. And The First Omen at number 10 with only 17.7. But again, that's one of the reasons why Abigail went down, because of Immaculate, because of The Last Omen, or First Omen, whatever it's called. And then, of course, you had all the horror films this year. We'll go over Night Swim and Imaginary. Oh, there's a lot. Too much horror. It's hurting the marketplace. We need a break. And it's the opposite of where we were like a year ago, right? In the middle of COVID, we're like, we need films. Now we need maybe fewer films because it is oversaturation, and that hurts when it comes to your film entering the marketplace. We're back tonight for the big Sunday Evening Spectacular live from LA. Until then, peace out. See you tonight, 8:30.